Hi,
Hello.
Leah and Mel here. So as you know, Mel and I are doing this project on adolescent identities and identities in YA, where we're looking at representation and diversity. And one of the things we're finding incredibly interesting is
Mm.
how we relate to YA characters. And so we've decided to run a regular segment on what YA character you identify with.
So we will be interviewing lots of people, asking them this very horrible question. And we'll be talking to Acafans, we'll be talking to booksellers, authors, readers, anyone we can actually harass, to be honest.
Basically, if you agree to talk to us, we're just going to
Yeah,
see you.
please, just anyone talk to us. If you want to talk to us, get in touch. We'd love to know who you identify with. Yeah, we just want to get the biggest cross section of perspectives as possible and see what kind of characters come up as to who people identify with and why.
Yeah, definitely. So we thought we'd launch it by starting with who we identify with. It's been a tough decision.
It's been incredibly difficult.
We both gone back and forth.
I understand why people have been a bit annoyed when we've asked them now, because it's been a really difficult choice.
I'm so sorry, people, but
I'm
it's
so
an important.
sorry.
I think it's been really useful to think about over the last
Yeah,
weeks, actually. Do you want to go first and tell me what character is you identify with?
I think it's going to have to be Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you picked Luna, actually. So why Luna?
Okay, well, most Harry Potter fans I know identify with Hermione, who's obviously the true hero, Shiro
Obviously.
of the series. But I just love Luna,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm much more like her than Hermione.
Hmm.
Um, I think she has a lot of she has a lot of characteristics that I value and I aspire to have myself. Um, she's super sweet and she's cheerful and she's kind, and despite losing her mum, you know, her
Yeah.
mum died, and in spite of that, she's super hopeful as well. And I know what it's like to lose someone you love, and I think it does make you more empathetic to and sensitive to other people's pain.
I think that leads
Um,
into kind of another question. You know, you've got the trio who
yeah.
everybody kind of often identifies with, and you're stepping outside of that norm, out of that
Hmm.
mainstream sort of liking. Why is it important for characters like Luna, or for Luna to exist in that world of Harry Potter, even?
Um, I suppose that Luna shows us that you don't need to follow the status quo to be awesome. I think she's a great lesson in how to be comfortable with and to embrace your otherness and not let other people dictate who you are. Another thing that I loved about Luna is that she is fiercely loyal to her friends, something that I kind of hope that I am as well. Um, and I love how she instinctively knows how to be a good friend in really stressful and difficult situations. Um, like at the end of the battle for Hogwarts, when Harry's obviously, you know, he's gone through this really traumatic experience, um, and she kind of creates a diversion so he can just go off and be himself.
You knew that's what he needed.
Um,
Yeah.
and I think we've talked about this as well, that you know, Harry was completely gaslighted by everyone in Harry Potter, and apart from his very close knit friends
Yeah.
and extended family, nobody really believed him when he said that Voldemort was back, etc. But Luna did, you know, and she was always, you know, she always believed everything that he said. She was always loyal to him as well, and that, yeah, I just
Her open-mindedness and her willing
yeah, I
to,
think she's incredibly open-minded.
yeah.
Um, I think I'm fairly unconventional in my thinking, and
I totally see Luna in you. I do. And it's, I think for me, knowing Luna and knowing you, I think it's that kind of bubbly hopefulness. You know it's tough, you know it's hard, but we always have a laugh talking about YA and talking about the work we're doing. And that's very, I think that embodies Luna for me. She just, she sees the good in everything, and I think you do that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, that's very kind. I, I kind of wish that I had a pair of radish earrings, so I don't know if I could pull them off as well as Luna.
Totally think you could pull them off.
I'm gonna buy a pair of
I think you should.
radish earrings. So again, this horrible, horrible question, and I'm sure you've thought about 3,000 characters before you whittled it down to your last one. What character do you identify with most?
Do you know, I think there have been many over the years, but I think the one I'm going to go with is Cinder from Marissa Mayer's Lunar Chronicles.
And why have you chosen Cinder?
Why did I pick Cinder? Um, Cinder and I have a bit of a connection. So a little bit of backstory on Cinder. She was injured in a fire when she's young, and this becomes a huge
Mhm,
part of the story. And because she was injured, they turn her into a cyborg. They have to replace her left leg with a
mhm,
metal leg, or a foot, leg, no, and then it's one of her feet and a hand.
mhm,
And when I was 12, broke my hip
mhm,
and then had a total hip replacement when I was
mhm,
14.
mhm.
And we always joked when I was a teenager that I was part cyborg.
I think you're definitely a superhuman in many, many respects. So I can believe that.
I mean, there's stories that, and I think this is just the way kind of young kids kind of deal with something odd and unusual happening, because it's quite visible, my kind of injury and things that
Mhm,
had to happen before I had my hip replacement. And it's the boys, especially, which may be telling in some regard, made up these incredible stories about my leg and how it could detach from my body and could be turned into
mhm.
a weapon or a defense mechanism.
That's
And
so cool.
so when I picked up Cinder's story, and all of a sudden there's this cyborg who has a compartment in her cob where she can store
Mhm.
wrenches.
I mean, that's super useful.
I think I
I mean,
found
I wish I
my,
had that.
totally. It's like even better than pockets on dresses.
Yeah, I mean, pockets and dresses are unbelievable, but actually just having somewhere in your leg that you could stash a wee sandwich or something is
Yeah, snacks.
unbelievably
Oh,
cool. Snacks, definitely snacks. Why do you think a character like Cinder is important then?
I think showing people with a range of body types and a range of abilities, disabilities, different abilities is incredibly important. I know we spend a lot of time talking about diversity in the sense of color of skin or sexuality.
Gender identity.
Yeah, but I think able-bodiedness and having an embodied identity is also incredibly important. And Cinder shows that, but there's also a range of characters in those books because she picks up all sorts of fairy tale heroines along the way. So Rapunzel is a 5'1" computer hacker who's lived on a satellite for her entire life.
Yeah.
Snow White is black and has 3 scars running down her face.
Mhm,
And I think just the things for representation that those books are doing are absolutely fantastic. But for me, yeah, it was kind of, there's a beautiful line in the book where Cinder goes, I don't think I can wrap my head around being a princess. I don't get how to be a princess. And someone goes to her, well, maybe we don't need a princess. We need a revolutionary.
mhm.
I don't know that I could get my head around being a revolutionary either, but that kind of notion of fighting for things you believe in and working hard,
Not conforming to
yeah,
societal norms.
totally can wrap my head around that.